had the grace of knowing thee, have always testified to your goodness. That is the same God that we kneel and bow before. This God is our refuge and our strength, a very present help, even in this time of Janjaweed trouble, even in this time of Fulani rage and terrorism. Therefore we shall fear no evil. This IPOB shall fear no evil. Even if the whole world is against us, even if Britain intensifies their effort to cross this very light of hope in sub-Saharan Africa, even though they shake the mountains, even though the seas may rise, even though they may give all the weapons and ammunition to the Zoological Republic, no matter what they do, no matter how they foment their rage, it doesn't matter to us. For God, Chukwokika Biama, is in the land of Biafra. We shall never ever be moved. This God of the ancients will help us now and forevermore. For Biafra shall come, and this Lord of hosts is with us. Chukwokika Biama, the same God of Jacob, this same God of Shadrach and Meshach and Abednego, this God that never abandons his people, this same God is our refuge, and we proclaim it unashamedly that this God that we kneel and bow before, we shall worship thee, for Biafra is your promise. Your word is yea and amen. Instead of your word not to come to pass, heaven and earth will cease to exist. Upon this very hope we anchor all our belief that Biafra shall come in our time, and we pray that it comes this very year, that your glory may be made manifest in the lives of men, that we may kneel and bow before thee. Nyahan soro tutonan soporo ne jamani bisiala chineke na keprumi yenine ko tutoni ne wedregeze denso ugama womboni ne bigebi ise
Good morning, good afternoon, good night, depending on your time zone. This is Biafra Radio, and we are reaching you out from United Kingdom. My name still remains George Izuchukwume, and I reside here in the UK as one of the principal servants of indigenous people of Biafra. I have served from the bottom to where we are today, and we are servants of the indigenous people of Biafra. Position means absolutely nothing to us. As UK remain today, we have worked tirelessly to make sure the United Kingdom remain what it is. And this morning is 12 minutes on top of the hour, 11 p.m. here, 11 a.m. here in United Kingdom. And I'm reaching you out from our studio here in London. And this morning, first of all, I want to thank Chukwuka Abiyama for giving us privilege to be here. And I want to thank him for the life of our leader. The journey has been enormous in our leader. For some of you who does not understand what IPOB stands for, I'm going to educate you this morning. And this morning, I'm going to first of all give honor to whom is good. Chukwuka Abiyama, take all the glory and honor, adoration be unto your name for preserving our leader, regardless as the enemy have gathered. This is not the first time, it won't be the last. Because our leader is a profound leader. We have never had anything like him before. No man dead or alive can equal Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I dare you to prove me wrong. But this morning, first of all, I have to congratulate the new appointed DOS members, head by Mazi Chris Nwogo, which is a honor to him, and everybody sees his acceptance speech. This is going to be a short broadcast because specifically, I want to throw some things that is going to. I have 3 points this morning. First of all, congratulating my fellow comrade, but remember that the enormous responsibilities have bestowed on our shoulder. And duty call has calling, and he cannot say no. Like I said, we've been appointed by the Supreme Leader of Indigenous People of Biafra. We have only one leader. And the reason why I'm going to show certain things this morning is because it's very important to clarify some people that is mischievous and those does not understand how IPOB has been structured and IPOB has been positioned. Now, our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the founder of IPOB, by none, including Radio Biafra. And all these things I'm going to do this morning, I'm going to do it with proof. And anybody that have assumed office, those that have been assumed office right now, everybody took an oath of office, which is, incorporated with our code of conduct. IPOB code of conduct stated it clear. And I want to make some assertion this morning for some of you who does not understand. If there's any man on this earth that could have ever wants to drag IPOB, should have Uche Mofo. Uche Mofo understood the consequences. Even when they hashed this evil, Uche Mofo said no, because he knew. I keep on referring to Uche Mofo for a reason. He was a deputy to Onyendu, and loyal one after that matter. But they allowed the devil to take over him. This morning, I'm going to explain to you what IPOB is made of. Like I said, I congratulate my fellow principal servant. Remember, duty call has called. We're going to have a very joint broadcast on this platform, widely IPOB worldwide, in nutshell. But the reason why of this emergency broadcast this morning is the innuendo that this individual has been throwing out there. I will be specific this morning, right? Now, we're going to go through who found IPOB. It's in the public domain. Forget about the shenanigans they've done in the United Kingdom, going to the company's house, remove Onyendu's name. We know all of that. But when the time comes, the consequences is there. We live in the United Kingdom. All these things is going to be dealt with when the time is right. Now, I want you as a Biafran, And those that are going to watch, share this program, those going to watch this program, and those going to watch it after. There's two foundations I want to lay. Firstly, and our code of conduct, before I come to the shenanigans, the memo the Anambra State Governor have written, because these are paymasters. But before then, I want you to know that I'm going to share with you, I'm going to share with you ChatGPT, I'm going to share with you the Google. When you Google who found IPOB, I want you to be on record for those that have been running mad. Because, before, it's like when you go into, for instance, you want to go apply for a job and you put up your CV and they told you that you qualify to be a clerk and you're demanding to be a supervisor or you want to be a manager. How do you think that's going to work? Because you're not qualified. That's why you won't have that job. You don't oppose what you want when you are looking for a job. Job is being given by merit. And sometimes I see some critics and criticizing our leader pick up some people that are not qualified. Were you available? The clarion call has called. Who are the people? Now the positions has been given. And I'm going to tell the story of how IPOB came to where this is the fourth DOS. This is the fourth. And it's out there. You can access them based on the presses that our leader brought out by our media secretary, public secretary, Emma Powerful. Now, I want us to share this information. I know you have it, but we have to show you this information here on this platform for the whole world to be attached to the reality that we are living in. And when people are being mischievous, because Paul Chike Doziem is a vegetable. The chronicle of a saboteur is Chike Doziem. The chronicle of a saboteur. Chike Doziem the day Chike Doziem and his crony sabotage Mazen was the day they disobey Onyendu. The mayhem in Biafra land was caused by Chike Doziem and his cronies. And then the dustbin of history. If someone like Imam Mezu, P4 Dirwana and Omiomio, and they are not equal to these individuals because they were their bosses, could not withstand IPOB, who are you? You guys think you can hijack IPOB? Forgotten that the public domain have the information that will land all of you inside prison tomorrow morning. Now, I will start by sharing Google because there's layers of who found IPOB on Google before I go to ChatGPT. Even we can go to Clark as well. Because this is the information that is public, is out there for public to consume them. Now let's share this. Very, very important. I have my reason for doing this. And before we talk about the memo, then we'll go to our code of conduct. Because it's there for a reason. You can run mad as much as you want. It does not change anything. It's not going to change nothing. It's not going to change anything. Believe you me. Now, if you're looking into my screen, you're going to see this is Google, right? Let's run Google first of all. Okay, we're going to run Google. This is Indigenous People of Biafra. Founder is black and white there. If you're looking at this, it's black and white, right? And when you come and say people also ask, who created IPOB? Look at it, it's here. Nnamdi Kanu is the founder and leader of Indigenous People of Biafra, in bracket IPOB. He founded the separatists, if they call it, we are not separatist organization, in 2012, with the primary objective of restoring the independent Republic of Biafra through referendum. It's very obvious. Now, he goes down and says, who is the leader of IPOB now? He said it again. The current leader of Indigenous People of Biafra, in bracket IPOB, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, he founded the separatists again in 2020. He is still telling you who registered IPOB. I'm giving you all these things. Look at it here. Who registered IPOB? IPOB is a private business and was registered as a private limited company. Why Nnamdi Kanu is only person registered as number of people who significantly share the businesses. Nnamdi Kanu is there. It's written there, black and white. Now this goes again. What happened to IPOB? Look at it again. He said IPOB was declared, this is a different story altogether. We are not a terrorist organization, but I'm showing you who found IPOB. And this is on Google. This is Google. Now we are going to go to ChatGPT. This is ChatGPT for some of you that are close to AI. If you're looking at my screen again, yeah? If you're looking at my screen again, we're going to ChatGPT now. 1 second, give me a second. I'm going to go to ChatGPT. Let's bring ChatGPT to you to show you exactly what we mean here. Because at the end of the day, whatever we do, we always give you evidence. That's the only thing that we can give our people that we iness. Second, where's the ChatGPT? Okay, ChatGPT. Do I see ChatGPT? What is the ChatGPT? Okay, that's ChatGPT there. Okay, this is ChatGPT. For those who know what ChatGPT is, AI generated. And he said, who is the founder of IPOB? ChatGPT made it clear. I said, the founder of Indigenous People of Biafra (IPOB) is Nnamdi Kanu. He established the movement in 2012 to advocate for the restoration of an independent Biafra state in southern Nigeria. And he said, listen to me, for some of you, some of the people that, like all these so-called ERATs that are ranting, let me explain something to you. The name of IPOB will never emerge if it is not Mazen Nnamdi Kanu that stood for it. Now, he says some source also mentioned Uche Mofo as a co-founder. That's what I said from the beginning. The only person that could have put a resistance on IPOB is Uche Mofo. Uche Mofo did not do it because Uche Mofo knows better. Uche Mofo knew. Uche Mofo understand. Uche Mofo understand. Excuse me. I'm actually okay. I'm not sure. Okay, 1 second. I think I wasn't sharing it. My mistake. Okay, this is ChatGPT for some of you who does not know or who know what ChatGPT is, because I was talking to myself. But now, if you can follow me up with this, I say who is the founder of IPOB, and ChatGPT made it clear here that the founder of IPOB is Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, established the movement in 2012, and some source, it says source, mentioned Uche Mofo, a co-founder, earlier figure, alongside Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, which alongside it was a history. Now, he comes down here for those of them mentioning Emeka Esiri. Emeka Esiri was never a member of IPOB. Emeka Esiri was the human. Some people don't understand what the problem is, but let me read about Emeka Esiri here before I will talk about Emeka Esiri. Now, there is some dispute over organization's origin. Emeka Esiri has publicly claimed that he founded an earlier version of IPOB before Kanu became associated with the movement. However, the most widely accepted and commonly cited account identifies Nnamdi Kanu as the founder of IPOB organization known today. Now, Emeka Esiri lives in the United Kingdom for avoidance of that. Yeah? If Emeka Esiri was the founder of IPOB, he should find it in Company's House. Emeka Esiri was an believer of human rights. And when they want to bring Rochas Okorocha into what we are doing, Onyendu said no. That was one of the issues that happened. Right? Onyendu said no. So this is clear. Biafrans, the reason why I'm doing this morning is to get your head clear. Let Chike Doziem and his cronies, right, suck it up like a man. If they want any movement, like Onyendu did, ChatGPT told you, even he's claiming. So you cannot possess what you did not create. Very, very important is pivotal at this point in time that people realize where we are. Now, Emeka Esiri was a human right, not IPOB. It's got nothing to do with IPOB. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was a Mossab. He served in the Mossab, and when he saw that Mossab was not doing what we say we should do, he moved away And when it comes to United Kingdom here, they talk about Radio Biafra when Wazuke was involved in it. They couldn't sponsor it after 6 months. Onyendu lost his house in United Kingdom for him to be able to sponsor Radio Biafra. Kind of people are talking about today left Germany, left his work. Some of you don't even know what Canon Takano does for a living. I'm sorry to tell you, I never knew Canon Takano from Adams. But when I met the guy, when we started contributing money, anytime we contribute money, that guy is the first person to send his own money. I'm being honest with you. I'm not saying it is not here. I'm telling you what I know. So Canon Takano left his job in Germany to come here with our leader for them to fund. He was working in the United Kingdom for them to fund our radio. Uchemofo confirmed that our leader slept in his car. Why sponsoring Radio Biafra when some of us don't even know how to go on internet? Only numerous stores to be an individual Facebook warrior. Today, all of you are turning against our leader because some people that failed from the inception. With time, I'm going to do some programs. You will see where Omiomio described Chike Doziem. Chike Doziem is a monster, and he betrayed his master because you know how he emerged as the head of the United of State, which I'm going to talk about it now. I want to know how someone is going to expel his boss because it's very, very important. You know, because at the end of the evening, even if you have a company, CEOs, they have shareholders. If you look at how Elon Musk has become the first trillionaire in the world, you know the SpaceX and other things that he owns, that the only thing he owns there is chair, but he's still the man on top, but he works and he's got people boards. That's a business. We are into freedom fighting, and IPOB is a quasi-military system. That's what we operate. Some of you do not realize this, and it cannot, there's nothing will change. This is how it's been. Nobody's going to change it. So now we have cleared who found IPOB is there, black and white. Forget about the fraud they have done. We know about the fraud with time, but IPOB have registered in the United Kingdom. All these things is very clear. Because we cannot be the person that if your house is born, you don't chase rat at the same time, right? So now I want to tell people, can someone ask Chike Doziem, how did you emerge as head of the United of State? Favorite of that. And again, I want to ask you people, Chris Wong is a member of IPOB. Probably he has done more than any of you have done. He's not every single IPOB member you know physically. These people, he lives in America, right? How do we know that someone is a public? Because a time will come, we ask you to bring the receipt of your contribution towards IPOB. All these men, you see, Chike Doziem was getting paid €2,000 monthly. Chika Paul Doziem was getting paid €2,000. It's on record. Some of you don't know this, but I'm telling you today. And he said he's fighting for it. He called him Maznanka embezzle money. And then we told you who stole money from IPOB. $749,000 before Onyendu was kidnapped. That money was in an account in Madame Oyibo and Chika Paul Doziem. You have evidence of this money. We have evidence. Let's start from there. We are not talking about United Kingdom here. Why did Chike Doziem involve himself in IPOB finance if he's not a criminal? Not even Uchofo could not do it. Not even Omiome could not do it. Because they think they have arrived. They start for IPOB. They want our leader to be dead. They are working with the Nigerian government. They have been collecting money in the name of IPOB. Where is the ESN they're talking about? Why is the Fulani herdsmen ravaging our land right now? They're killing people in the villages in IP. They're everywhere in our bush. Where is the ESN they're talking about? Where is it? That's a question for another day. Now, we have cleared who found IPOB Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because of their innuendo. They're gonna go mad for Clifford. Who remember Radio Biafra International? If somebody like Imam Mezu and Co could not do it, is it you, Chika Paul? I'm asking Chika Paul Doziem. Who is Chike Doziem? Anybody know Chike Doziem? Chike Doziem was appointed on 17th of March 2017. Onyendu was still in there. Onyendu was still in Kujo prison. He was appointed. Onyendu appointed him from the prison. History always found himself to repeat himself. So who the heck are you, Chika Paul Doziem? You are nowhere to be found for the last 5 years. I want you to show Biafran one thing. I'm not saying two. Give us one thing that he did instead of destroying IPOB, stealing IPOB money. All you do is going to share our money within yourselves. You're not taking about 75,000 pounds that I think the bank frozen it. The woman they use to try to change Onyendu's name. That is mentally ill. That I don't want to mention her name here. But like I said, that is out of the way. Okay, let me ask you a question. Chika Paul Edoziem pull a memo. That Onyendu, you are, what did he say? They are, one second. Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Chika Paul Edoziem said, according to this memo they wrote, which is not an avoid, indefinite suspension of the office of the leader of Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, and the position of the radio Biafra. Okay, this is where you know that this individual, they have reached to the, madness starts in a point of you don't even understand what you're doing. That is why I show you every evidence about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, even though he's in the prison. Because today, if they're telling you that they're doing Biafra, ask them, what is the objective? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu pattern was clear to the world, to those we that were following him. We knew exactly why we are getting ourselves involved. Some of us forgotten everything we are doing and joined because we see the light. This individual today, ask them, what is your primary objective? And you want to indefinitely, suspend Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as you, Chika Paul Edoziem, were any cabinet that voted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to become the leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra? The supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, answered today. Who gave him supreme leader was Uche Monfort, because he find it a merit. Uche Monfort was the man that pronounced him the supreme leader. He was his deputy. It is merit. He did not back it with money. I ask you, Chika Paul Edoziem, did you elect Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? I'm going to get let me get our code of conduct for avoidance of doubt. You know, they've changed a lot of things, but it's not for us, because we always have the reality within ourselves, because we don't deviate from reality. Always we have the evidence. Like I told you, the question you should be asking Chika Paul Edoziem is this: if Chika Edoziem and his members, his cronies, and Governor Chukwuma Soludo, I don't want to talk about him because I don't want to talk about him. I don't want to talk about his family because he's a failure to his own generation. Okay, I'm going to share our code of conduct before I will tell you something about this shenanigans they pulled up. Yeah? So, Biafrans, this is Biafra Radio, and this is the official radio of IPOB, approved by our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And we are here this morning. This is emergency broadcast. And the reason why for this broadcast is just to, to clarify a lot of things, because I have not had anywhere an employee, sack his employer. Is when people are delusional. And that is when you know that the madness of these individuals has no limit. But let's roll our code of conduct a little bit on the screen here, so every single one of you can see it as well. Because it's important that everything we do, we always bring evidence with us. It's important we do that. That everything we do, we always bring evidence. This is IPOB code of conduct. Chika Paul Edoziem. The ironic of all this whole thing, is that who signed this is Chika Paul Edoziem. Do you know why? Because every signatory that Chika Edoziem put on any paper of IPOB is approved by the Supreme Leader of Indigenous People, not even Uche Monfort. Uche Monfort was meant to sign this as the deputy, But the devil took over Uchemofo. Onyendu now, because Onyendu is the only person that has the power to appoint and dismiss at any given time. No other person in IPOB have that power. That is why when they started removing principal servants here without the authorization of Onyendu, Uchemofo could not remove the national coordinator of IPOB here in United Kingdom. June, when we have issue here, Onyendu came out from prison, 2018, to restore peace in United Kingdom. Uchemofo was our deputy. He could not remove him that we had issue here. And some of us said no. Because we found it that he was doing the wrong thing. Now, I want to tell you something, right? Chika Paul Edoziem signed this particular code of conduct. Yeah? But ironically, Chika Paul Edoziem have defined every word on this. That's why Chika Edoziem, people don't know what Chika Edoziem did. It's a treachery. And you know the penalty for treachery is death. For how many years have you came out to say anything? People have been abusing our leader on social media. Chikedozium is in the basement in Switzerland because they're all in it together. So this is IPOB Code of Conduct for avoidance of doubt. And let's go to where our leader, people should know who this is. In IPOB, they have three heads in IPOB: the head of media, finance, and head of the Directorate of State. And our is here written here in section 3, subsection A, finance. Is Madam Anya are simply doing her job, because at the end of the day, to ensure that finance, probity, and transparency, the IPOB head of finance or treasury shall have electronic access to all financial accounts set up international or national, either directly by IPOB or by its agent and representative. But Chikedozium defined all this odd. Came to United Kingdom here, they removed Madam Nenya from our account here, and they took all the money. Chika Paul Edoziem, the chronicle of a saboteur. Every principal servant of IPOB, for those of you that have just appointed, remember our code of conduct, what our code of conduct said. When you leave your position, you don't have to question it. Every principal servant of IPOB, from unit coordinator up to the highest level of coordination, must adhere very strictly to the code of conduct to ensure that the report in all cases and at all time to their immediate superior, except on cases of complaint against the immediate superior officers, in which cases they shall send a written complaint to the next superior officer. That is what kept all of us in IPOB, because there was a clear vision in IPOB. And listen to here, IPOB subsection, IPOB command and control policy. Chika Paul Edoziem, I hope you tell your masters that before you join IPOB or the code of conduct of join IPOB, which is signatory to, which is forgery, Chika Paul Edoziem, I know you're daft, but you cannot be this delusional as well. But do you understand what I'm saying to you, bro? I know you daft, but it cannot be daft and delusional at the same time. It cannot be daft. The whole world knows, because you already, you've been paid more than over 20 something thousand for the last two. You received 2,000 euro for 2 years from IPOB. For 2 years, the record is there. Our account in Germany, you guys was the one that attempted fraud in our account in Germany before it was frozen. In Italy, you guys stole money from Italy. In United Kingdom here, every country, Chika Edoziem, you interfered in it, and that is not your job. Now, IPOB Section 2, IPOB Command and Control Policy, subsection A, appoint and dismissal. Chika Paul Edoziem, I hope you will take this particular section and give it to whoever that wrote that nonsense on social media. Let me explain to you properly, you dumb monk. Let me read it clearly. Dear friends, hear me out, please. The power to appoint, suspend, or to dismiss erring principal officers vests exclusively on the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, in bracket IPOB, Onyendu Nnamdi Kanu, except and to the extent he clearly and expressively delegated that power to any other principal officers. I hope you digest this properly. This is not mimicking. This is the one Chika Paul Edoziem. Chika Paul Edoziem, you are a disgrace to human race. Listen, you were appointed on 17th of March 2017. Onyendu was still in Kujo prison. You were appointed after Onyendu call meeting. And I want to tell you something, because all of us are under oath. The one thing I will take away from Omiomio, you see Omiomio, they have never come out publicly to disrespect Onyendu. Omiomio never come out openly to disrespect our leader. But I want to tell you something. Onyendu say, if I curse you, I don't wish any man death. But there are so many people that have paid the ultimate price, including Onyendu's parents died because of this struggle. But you guys want to thwart what our people have paid with their blood. And I promise you, all of you, your days, there's nothing good you guys will never see anything good in your generation. I said this 3 years ago when I told those people that the case that party people, now he's repeating himself again. We know you guys are going to put up resistance. You're going to gather 1 or 2 people to be ranting on social media. The pronunciation of our leader is final and is internationally aired. Every organization knew you are not the first of DOS, you are the fourth, and infinitely you have been dissolved because for the last 5 years, you reveal your performance in 6 months. For the last 5 years that our leader was held, tell Biafran, show us one thing you have accomplished. Instead, what you brought in Biafra land is mayhem. The sit at home was what the rubbish in Biafra land today, and today you pointed Onyendu connive with people to kill people, but Onyendu told you to suspend the sit at home 72 hours before the sit at home. You guys refused, which we have it on audio. That Onyendu was sending message. Everybody was reluctant. Disobey our leader. There's a heavy consequences when disobey Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And fellow comrade, the reason why I came here this morning is just you to be aware. And I want everybody to pay attention and disregard because this particular shenanigans that we all have seen on the social media. Imagine how ridiculous it is that Chika Paul Edoziem put up a memo that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has been, according to them, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, Onyendu, quote unquote, has been indefinitely suspended of the office of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra and the position of director of Radio Biafra. The question you should be asking Chika Paul Edoziem, were you the person that gave Mazen Nnamdi Kanu his position? It's a very fundamental question. Just if you're the person that gave him that position, then you'll be in a position to be able to say, you know what, we are indefinite. English is a very deceitful word, but some of you don't understand because that is why French don't like English, even though they are brothers. If you read the history of England, they found out that English and French are one people. There's nothing different from them. They are one people. But the question I'll be asking you this morning is Chika Paul Edoziem. And our appeal to some of you, our people that have been misled and misguided, it's time for you to fall back in. And like our head of Directorate of State have said, which we are, I want you to disregard this. I will remove this. And everybody I don't have time to play the voice of our head of Directorate of State, which is going to be here, probably this weekend. Going to have a massive joint broadcast from across the globe, and I congratulate my fellow comrade. But remember, the job has just begun because the battle is before us, and We will give it to them as, like in the media, we are here. We left the space for you because all the things we told you 4 years ago come to pass. This morning, the reason why I came here is to clarify this, junk, because it's a junk. Everybody should ask Chika Paul Edoziem 2 questions you ask Chika Paul Edoziem for me. Please. When you were appointed the head of the Directorate of State, where was Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Where was Mazi Nnamdi Kanu when you, Chika Paul Edoziem, was appointed as head of the Directorate of State? Number 1 question. Number 2 question. For you to write a junk that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have infinitely dismissed, suspended from the head of as IPOB leader, did you cast any votes to vote him as IPOB leader in the first place? I'll rest my case on that because it's quite irrelevant. Because there's one saying said that if a man is drowning, they can hold a bag of shit, but they will still drown. Brother, you are drowning. You have a window of 5 years to show the world what leadership is all about. Biafra land is in ravaging right now. Why? He disobeyed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. 2, the Fulani that the ESN was formed to fight in the bush have taken over our bushes again. You're totally failure, brother. Please. Take a hike and suck it in. Respectfully, like our head of the Directorate of State have said, we are in a mood of reconciliation. And I'm appealing to fellow comrades. And Europe now, my position in Europe has been given. I've called to serve Europe as the European rep, which I'm honoring. And Mazi Kanu have just joined me. He might have 1 or 2 things to say to Biafrans. I'll be closing this program. Mazi, you are welcome this morning. May Chukwuka continue to bless you and bless the Okukano family. It's not your fault you find your position where you are. If you can hear me, Mazi Kanu. If you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you, Mazi. I can hear you very well. Loud and clear.
Mazi, you have 10 minutes to wrap it up for me. I know it's a privilege to have you here in studio this morning. And this is a quick one, but I know that Biafrans across the world are watching, and those going to watch after this program. We're definitely going to have a joint broadcast from the whole world on Principal Servant, on the new head of director, the 4th new head of director of state will be, residing, and we all will be here to tell the world what we are about to do. Mazi, please introduce yourself and tell Biafrans if you have anything to tell us this morning. Thank you.
Hello, Biafrans. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, according to your time zone. My name is Mazi Kanu. I'm the immediate younger brother of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and a member of IPOB in Germany. Thank you, Mazi.
Mazi, thank you. Yeah, Mazi, I have a very short, announcement to make to our people. Like you rightly is a emergency broadcast. But the specific point I pointed out this morning is to 3 things. Thanking those that have been a call for duty. Second is who found IPOB, which is in black and white in every search engine that you typed in. And Chika Paul Edoziem for actually daring to put up a memo that, to say that they're indefinitely suspending Onyendi is laughable, notwithstanding. But, Mazi, that is where we found ourselves, and I'm letting Biafrans know because I've already given them evidence to back everything I've said here this morning up as well. There we Mazi.
Thank you very much, Mazuma. Yes, I saw that very stupid memo, and I'm glad that we have it handy today. To start with, if you look at the signatures, I try to do forensic analysis. Look at the signatures. You will see that these are 2 different things, 2 different signatures there.
Yeah,
that is one. And I know that most of these things are being written. The memo is being written in Anambra State Government House. That is their anchor point, where they will write and push out. But there is something you touched here. I paused. After Chike Doziem, after the memo they wrote, he wrote something there that the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra is being suspended indefinitely. And as the director of Radio Biafra, that caught my eye. I said, okay.
Yeah.
Was that the reason why they went and registered IPOB, Radio Biafra, in Company's House? That was what came into my mind.
Yeah, it's meditated, of course, yeah.
I laughed. I said, that is very beautiful.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he must have seen the code of conduct as well. What is signed, the code of conduct is signed in 2020.
Yeah.
I remember very well. I'm sure he must have seen it.
Yeah.
I think he has prepared the way for himself. You know, just like a cattle or a sheep that has prepared its way for slaughter. You know? And we take on him. And he's coming to tell us what he knows, because these people, you can see how daft and how hopeless they are. They had 5 years to do their things. They never did anything.
Nothing.
And somebody is somewhere pointing fingers on somebody who has been in detention for the past 5 years, that he is the one responsible for the killing. When this sacked Chike Doziem came out and spoke openly that he should be held responsible for anything that is happening in Biafra land.
Is there? Yeah, yes, you have it on tape. Yeah, of course. We do.
And it is obviously clear what is causing the mayhem today in Biafra land is because their failure to adhere to the instruction of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. 96 hours before the time, the council sits at home. And that is what is causing death today. And they're trying to push it. Time will come, people are going to ask them questions. He cannot run away from it. He is going to answer for all these atrocities he has committed. He said it openly. Hold us responsible. They said it on the same radio that informations were coming. They were ignoring it. Now they have hit the dead point. Now they are in the dead point. It is now late for them to come and tell us what they know. But Chike Doziem should know that he's sitting on a cake of gunpowder at the moment. He shut down the account, and in the next days, registering the name of Onyendu from Radio Biafra. In the next days, things are going to happen, and they're going to see it. And by the time we start playing out, they will know that we are not playing. Get your thoughts together and wait for what is about to come. We will meet you head on. But I'm glad now that they have thrown their card. They had nothing to offer. And why they were doing these things is because of 2027 election. They have promised them heaven and earth. So they think that they can sell IPOB out to the government. And unfortunately, these things are being pioneered by Governor Soludo. His office, they are the ones promoting them, you know, with the other idiot that called himself a lawyer that was sacked, you know. But it's unfortunate that Nigeria is such a rotten place. The judiciary is rotten like an egg. If it's in the United Kingdom or in Europe here, you are sacked, debriefed. You have no business to talk about your client's case anywhere, any place, anytime. No, but because of how stupid they are, how daft they are, that is why these things are playing out. He has been sacked. He has nothing to do with IPOB. You can write as how many memos that is possible. You can forge Chike Doziem's signature as much as you can. The case will not come to Nigeria. The case will be happening here in Europe. And I hope you people will come as a witness, because now he has put in Chika, just took Cobra and put inside his pocket. And that is what it is. So whatever thing they are saying is just absolute nonsense. It doesn't make sense. The code of conduct is made it clear, like you've said, the only person that has the power to appoint, sack, dismiss is only one person, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Every other thing they're talking about is dead on arrival.
Nobody else. Of course,
it's dead on arrival. I know that I know you're a busy man. I know you have a lot of things to do. If there is anything you want to ask me. If not, I will just take it.
There's nothing absolutely to ask, because this program was designed to, to elaborate, and I've done specifically that before I brought you in. And what you have just said is quite clear. We don't need to waste time on this individual. Chikenosem is in the history of Dosbin. I asked people to ask him 2 questions, not 3 questions, 2. Where was Onyendu when you were appointed? Did you? And how many votes did he cast to make Onyendu the head of the IPOB? If he answered that question, then any other thing he's saying is quite irrelevant. And one thing, God have his way that technology have gone too far. Emeka Siri, ChatGPT give us the the insight about the Emeka Siri. And Emeka Siri, they never want to mention Biafra in the name. It was a Bile Human Rights, which of course you are aware of.
Human Rights, which was refused vehemently by Onyendu, said we have to answer who we are.
We are. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So Biafrans, we will have time to give you, like you said, we let them have a few there, because what we need is to extract evidence, more evidence from them, because they continue to make a mistake. Anybody that lying, anytime you lie, you need 1,000 lies to cover it up. We don't lie. We give you facts and figures. IPOB does not change. Our code of conduct today, I've been given the mandate to serve as European rep, and I'm honorable accepted it immediately. And I have served from unit. I've served from packing chair from our London coordinator here to London PRO to national PRO to CSO to regional coordinator. I have gone through the series of appointments in the United Kingdom. Any day I've been asked, when they mention my name on air, I told them, you don't have that power to do that. And I'm telling you, why we are here is that we call our people. It's time for everybody to fall back in. And I want to say one thing here. Those of you that have gotten paper with IPOB thinking that you're protecting your paper because you think that when these people are not there, because I see some people in UK here because it's about time we're going to write to Home Office about some individuals that have gotten their paper through IPOB here. It is not that what you need if you need freedom. There might be a revision on some of you. If you guys not being careful, there will be a revision in some of you handling your papers in the United Kingdom here. It's not a joke. I'll leave it as that, Mazi.
Yes, sir.
And Biafrans, please, our head of the state of state, which is Chris Wong, and the rest of the cabinet will assemble here soon to give you more insights, and so many acceptance speech will be coming. Mine is that everybody know who George Ume is, and my humility to all of you. You know what I mean? All I'm asking is that we all must follow the code of conduct of IPOB. That's nothing has changed. And once Onyendu give you order, listen to me. If Onyendu asks you to go somewhere, he said no. Know that that's direct insubordination. It's no different from what Chikenosem is doing. Once you refuse Onyendu's order, it's a direct insubordination. I don't care who you are. Once Onyendu said yes, the reason why I respect Uchemofo tomorrow, regardless that the devil possessed him, was Uchemofo will never let our leader's word to drop. The pin will not drop on him. I have my evidence of that. And that's why I always reference him. And again, he could have been the only man could have resisted Onyendu on who found Radio Biafra or not. But he knew that he does not have that mandate. And like I said, the man Mezu, the man after the heart of our leader, could not do it. Clifford Wera could not do it. Omemio could not do it. Then who dare you? Mazi, thank you for coming. And fellow comrade, let's continue to pray for our leader and pray for those that have bestowed this wonderful responsibility. Mazi, please give us your word.
And I use this opportunity to congratulate the new constituted DOS, the fourth administration of DOS of the indigenous people of Biafra, from head to the bottom, and others who will still join this very noble organization and group to run the day-to-day affairs of IPOB. I'll say once again, congratulations to all of you. Thank you very much, Mazuma.
Mazi, thank you very much. And fellow comrades and lovers of freedom, may Chukwu Kabama continue to preserve and guide our leader. Subsequently, we will be joining here again probably this weekend, just to make things more clarity to our people. The fourth administrative of IPOB, which is the head of the Directorate of State, which is DOS, has come to stay. There's nothing that will change that. Some of you will run around like a dying rat. At the end of the day, the pronunciation has been made, and once our leader command and make a pronunciation, that pronunciation is infinite. I thank all of you for listening, and may Chukwukabema give us the mind of reasoning, critical thinkers. It's important that we go into subconsciousness and reason. This is not about you or me. It's about we doing the right thing. We are here to restore Biafra for our unborn children. Not even our children might not enjoy it. Unborn children, they will have a safe place to live. That is why we're here. It's not about personal aggrandization or personal, what am I going to gain? Chikapole Doziem, go back and ask yourself some fundamental question. What have you achieved in the last 5 years? This particular mantra has bestowed on your shoulder is absolutely zero. What you decide is to deceive our people, to steal and lie and blackmail those that disagree with you. I'll leave you with word of wisdom. Thank you. And from me from here, it's good morning from London.